All right, YouTube, how you guys doing? For this video, we're gonna be focusing on the wheels for the Mazda. Now, these wheels have never been cleaned, and I'm gonna show you shortly, but the amount of brake dust that's caked on these back wheels is ridiculous. So we're gonna take care of that and clean it up while I have the car lifted up because I'm working on an engine knock. So this video is gonna show you how I clean these wheels and get them not perfect, but in a better state than they are right now, looking more factory. So stick with it. Let's see. This one is by far the worst one, so it's gonna need the most work, as well as this one. These don't look too bad. So there are a couple of things that I'm going to be using for this. I have Purple Power, which is basically a degreaser, high powered. And for these wheels, being how dirty they are, I'm definitely going to need this. I have some steel wool that I'm going to be using on the backside, which has been heavily neglected. I have an old Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. I don't feel like using a new one. Just to clean some dirty rims. So we're gonna be using an old one for this, and this still will have the abrasives in it, even though it's old, and we should be able to finish this whole pad off with these 4 wheels. And then the last thing is gonna be some WD-40. Now WD-40 has some really strong cleaning agents inside of it that will break down grease and grime. So first thing we're gonna use is a pressure washer and some gloves to kind of wash down any of the residual dirt that's loose and caked on before we get to the heavy stuff to start scrubbing away all the stuff that's really locked in. One other thing I forgot to mention I'd be using, some iron remover. Got this from Adams. So this will help with any of the iron particles, any of the fallout that happens because of the brake dust. And once it gets on there, it'll start turning purple to show what's left. And obviously there's quite a bit left on these two. We haven't even gotten to the bad ones yet. So let's keep going. Now let's compare this to this. Like I said, these were a little bit cleaner than these are. So now let's work on these two. They're gonna need a lot more work. Now look at that. Much, much, much better. The only part you're gonna see is the outside, but that inside of that wheel well was horrendous. So we got it mostly knocked out. Unless we respray it, we're not gonna be able to get rid of all this damage. But I think it looks 10 times better. What do you guys think? Now just waiting on the parts to come back so we can finish this And once we're done with that, I'm gonna show you guys how to polish this paintwork. If you like this content or want to see more, just subscribe below. Have a good day.